So you want to make a TradingView chart look just like a Marketsmith chart. Keep watching. I'm going to show you what settings you need to change and what indicators you need to use to make that happen. Okay, so to start out in TradingView, we need to select a new chart layout. So we'll hit the create a new chart. And now that this is loaded up, we can get started. The first thing we need to do is switch our candle type to be bars. Once we've done that, we can either go into the settings by right-clicking and going down to the bottom, hitting the settings menu, or by hitting the little gear icon up here in the top right. Once we have the setting menus open, we want to check this color bars based on previous closed, check this HLC bars, and we're going to uncheck thin bars. From there, we're going to change the colors. So the up color, we're going to switch to blue, and the down color, we're going to switch to pink, so it matches the Marketsmith layout. Our next step is going to be to change the volume. So if I go over here to where the name and the ticker symbol are, it'll also say volume right here, or vol. What we're going to do, we're going to hover over that, click on the little settings icon again, and change some settings in here. To start, I'm working on a weekly chart, so Marketsmith uses a moving average of 10 for that length. If you're making a daily chart, they have it set to 50. We're also going to check this color based on previous close, and then move into the style settings. Our growing volume, which is an up day, we're going to change that to the color blue to match our bars. And same thing with the falling, we're going to switch that to pink to match our bars as well. From there, we're going to check this volume moving average, and I'm going to make that in orange color. I'll go ahead and click OK, and then we'll move on to the next part. Now that we have the volume settings configured, let's go ahead and move it to a new pane. To do that, I'm going to hover over the vol section again, click on the three little dots on the far right, scroll to move to, and hit a new pane below. This allows me now to resize the volume panel, either bigger or smaller, depending on how far in I want to be zoomed. Now that we have our bars and our volume set up, it's time to start adding some indicators. So we'll go to the indicator tab up top here and start searching. First one I'm going to add is the moving averages. So I like to use moving averages for all time frames by John Machow. That's going to get added to my chart. I'm going to hover over it and go to the settings. So for me, to make it like a Marketsmith weekly chart, I'm going to use a 10 simple moving average and then also a 40 simple moving average. I'm going to switch those colors. I'm going to leave the 10 to red, and I will make the 40 black. That way they match, again, the Marketsmith layout. So these are under the weekly moving averages. From there, I'll just go ahead and click OK. The next indicator that we want to add is going to be an RS line. So we'll go back to that indicator search box and type in RS line. And again, we're going to use something from John Machow, RS line, gauge performance versus index. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my chart. No need to change any settings there unless you wanted to make the line thicker or change the color. You would do that just in the settings, and you can adjust those there. The next indicator we're going to add is a marked highs and lows. So we'll search for marked highs and lows. And once again, this is by John Machow. So we'll add that to our chart. And now what this does is adds a price and percentage move at specific areas on the chart that either mark a swing high or a swing low. Okay, so we have just a couple more things to do. Two more indicators to add. The first one of these last two is going to be our price stats tool. So we'll type in price stats and get that onto the chart. This one, we're going to adjust some settings. So again, we'll go over to this area, find where that says price stats, hover over it, and go to the settings icon. You have a choice here. You can display this after the last price bar, which would be this tan box here. Or if you want to, you can have it display as a table on this left side. So for me, I like to display it as a table on the left side. If you wanted to, you can also move that table to the right side or the middle. I prefer the left though, and that's the only setting I'm going to change there. One thing I will do is right click on it, and this visual order, I will bring it to the front. That way, none of the text goes behind the bars of the chart because I can just scroll to see those. Okay, the last indicator we're going to add is going to be our earnings, sales, and volume dashboard. So we'll go ahead and get that added to the chart, and we are going to go into our settings here. and decide where we want to place it. So because we have the price stats already on the left, I'm going to go ahead and move this to the right side of the chart. I'm going to keep it on the bottom, and I'm going to leave everything here checked. If you want to, a really nice feature is you can plot the EPS on the chart as a line. You can see it in the background here. Not necessary, but it is something nice to see. Now that we have all our indicators on the chart, we have one last thing to do, and that's to add an index line. So up here by the ticker symbol, there's this little plus with a circle around it. We're going to go ahead, click that, and we're going to add the SPX. So we'll do this on a new pane. Go ahead and close that. And then this little arrow in the top right of this line, I'm going to just press that 2 times so it puts it on the top of the chart. If you prefer it on the bottom, you can leave it there. However, I like it on the top. So now we have a very similar chart layout to a Marketsmith chart. If you haven't used Marketsmith, it's a great product. I use it every day, but sometimes it's nice to get some extra technical analysis tools or be able to zoom in or just quickly flip through the charts going back and forth between a daily and a weekly chart in TradingView. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, found any of the information useful, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button below to stay up to date with all my new videos.